Surprisingly, there wasn't that many guides or videos discussing the day one planned release for Wuthering Waves, so I took it upon myself to research and know what is the most logical step to take the moment the game released in May. Now let me be clear, this will be my own research or biased opinion, so please do keep that in mind when you're watching this video and take some of the things I mentioned in this video with a grain of salt. But my aim here is to shift the pressure off your guys' shoulder and hopefully get you guys ready for Wuthering Waves day one release. And if you guys got any more recommendations after this video for everybody to try to do, make sure you leave that down below in the comments. Also, since I don't have any Wuthering Waves gameplay footage for you guys, we will be using PGR gameplay, Punishing Grey Raven. My first strategy, which should be the most obvious and the highest priority you guys should do when the game release, is getting your map management done. Now, I would assume you guys have already probably found an interactive map by now. If you guys haven't found one by now for Wuthering Waves, don't worry, I got you guys covered on this one. And you can use wuthering.gg, a interactive map here. Now, at the time of recording this, there won't be any resources shown here or teleporters it seems on the website, but there is another website I will be leaving down below to make sure you guys be able to take advantage of, because that website or the other site do have the resources and do have the teleporters around the map, and I will be leaving both down below in the description of this video. Now, the only issue with this is if you guys don't want to be spoiled having to go to a new location around the map and want to get there by lore or whatever, that's perfectly fine and up to you. There's no rush to that, there's no shame to it, but I would highly recommend you guys get your map management done, because later in this video I will be mentioning on why managing your map would be highly important to do so as soon as the game drops. Save your pulls and resources as much as you can. Don't try to waste everything for every character or weapon. Now, pulling for any beginner banner that exists is 100% fine. In fact, I highly recommend you guys do so. There's no shame to it, and there's no reason to let it sit there and rot just because some kid online told you guys to just wait till you're higher in level and then pull for the beginner banner. It just makes no sense, and it's just better for you to go ahead and try to pull for the beginner banner and get it out the way. Now, that's out the way. Unless you're super sure that the current limited time banner is currently out that's worth going for, do not try to go for every single character in the game. Unless you're you're better off trying to tough it out with any character that you did get for free, or maybe the banner summons that you did do. But if you didn't get lucky with your rolls, remember, you're playing a gacha game at the end of the day. You could always go back and re-roll on a new account. But for me, I probably won't be doing none of that. I will be just grinding 2 accounts when the game release. I might make a free-to-play account, who knows. But the only reason why I say this is because if you end up having a collection and a roster of characters, of course you're going to be confused early game on who you truly want to build. And then you will try to build one too many characters. If you never played Genshin and Wuthering Waves is going to be your first gacha game or your first open world game, it is a trap to build one too many characters early game, because you're going to be wasting too many resources and probably pulls that you could have saved for another character you probably did want or you probably need in the future. And also speaking, I'm pretty sure in-game related content only allows specific 3 characters. It's not like Genshin or Honkai Star Rail where you need multiple teams to clear a in-game content. Of course, I could be wrong, but I'm going off my knowledge that I do know about in-game content at the moment for the game. So yeah, don't try to build one too many characters, and there's a possible chance you can probably solo Wuthering Waves, but at the moment I'm unsure, and it's just better to go with teams for what I know because of characters that could buff one another when switching in and out of combat. So if you don't want to pull, or if you want to just save in game, just a reminder for the main character, which their name is Rover, is a strong character in game, so you don't have to worry about having weak units anytime soon. Now, as for the weapon summon, I'm pretty sure we will be getting a free weapon to choose from the pre-registration reward. So I will be suggesting you guys to choose correctly. I am more likely going to be using Dungeon or Yinlin, and I'm unsure at the time, but whoever I feel the most fluent with for my playstyle, I will choose a weapon for them. I highly suggest you guys get a weapon for your main damage dealer. Now let's talk about weapon banner. So hearing that you can select your own 5-star weapon in game, that is leads better than Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail, since this should help you out on your team builds, and this is just for the standard banner, I believe. Now, I do hear that the limited time weapon banner has no 50-50 and you're guaranteed to get it. So I highly suggest, and I mean, and I don't care if you're free to play or you're a whale, I highly suggest you guys, yes you, the viewer watching this video, to try to get a weapon off the weapon banner as soon as possible, and always and only if you need to get that weapon for your team or for that certain character. But if it's a weapon that you know you don't need because that weapon can't go for any of your character or not your team, then it's pretty obvious that you should skip it and just save your resources for the next banner. Now, there is a NPC in-game in a location called Tiger's Maw, and this character will give you a free weapon in-game. However, you will need to farm and collect a specific ore, which you will need 80 of to give to this NPC. At the moment, I'm not sure if we'll be able to refine the weapon we will get from the pre-registration reward and the weapon we get at Tiger's Maw. But if so, I highly suggest you guys try to do so and do this as well. And this is also why I say map management will be also important, so you guys could go back and also farm the specific ore for the weapon for free. Next up, I will be trying to level up as fast as I can for my data bank level. I will be grinding elite bosses, maybe not on day one, but when I'm confident enough or barely strong enough to try to challenge on elite echoes. The reason why I say this is because this will be rewarding you early game, and doing so guarantees a free 5-star echo. I will be leaving Sidneymar video down below as he goes more in depth about it. He's a great creator and very informal about a lot of Wuthering Waves content. And also speaking, increasing your data bank level, you will have a higher chance with drop rate for echoes and maximum absorb rate as well. So trying to go out your way to level up as fast as you can early in the game is really important so you can get better echoes later on in the game. And lastly, for my final strategy, for my final goal is to, well, just enjoy the game. Wuthering Waves will be a new and fresh start for so many players, so don't try to stress out too much about not having a strong start in the game. This game will have so many ways you can enjoy it, and I didn't really include majority of my strategies just yet in this video because they will be their own separate video, and I promise you it will be a good video once I do cover them. But there is one more thing you guys should do, and this is something you could do right now for Wuthering Waves. If you guys want a free 5-star echo in game, you should go ahead and complete the Webevent that is currently going on right now for the game. I don't want you guys to miss out on this opportunity, and it would definitely help you guys out in the long run. I got a video on it and will be linked down below in the description. So to recap, you should start by managing your map as soon as possible, getting your teleporters, knowing all the chest locations, and grinding specific resources that is relevant for you, and without trying to waste them on each and every character upon the game release. Otherwise, if you waste your resources on the wrong character, you will be stuck needing to spend multiple days probably grinding them over. And also, don't try to build one too many characters. Then you should make sure you use your resources as wisely as you can without trying to waste them on each and every character upon the game release. Otherwise, if you waste resources on the wrong character, you will be stuck needing to spend multiple days and probably grinding them over, and you don't want to try to build one too many characters as well. And make sure you get your free weapon as soon as possible. And lastly, try to level up as fast as you can in game for your data bank and getting better echoes. And that summarizes just about everything from my day one Wuthering Waves release plan. Thank you guys for making it this far into the video. I do hope you guys did enjoy my thought process and my plans of what I would do upon the game release. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, if you got any more recommendations or different opinion on the matter, feel free to mention them down below in the comments. We do have a Discord server. We just hit 500 members, and I would be happy to see you guys there as well in the server if you guys ever want to talk to me or other people there. Have fun planning, and I'll see you guys in another video soon.